getting into the video here. As you can tell by on your screen, Jaguars fans, don't worry, we didn't forget about you. We got a video for you guys as well. Going over our preseason preview? Yeah, preseason preview. Sorry, space there for a second. Preseason preview for you guys. You guys can let us know down in the comments what you guys think at the very end of the video once you watch it all. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime that we upload a video. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so if you guys could please hit that subscribe button, we greatly appreciate it. And everyone that has, we greatly appreciate you guys. So now, jumping into it, at the top it says, can T-Law, a.k.a. Trevor Lawrence, and the Jags turn it around? Question mark. Let's find out, Dylan.
Yeah, I think this is every Jaguars' favorite video is the Colts fan telling the Jaguars about their own team. So if you're a Jaguars fan and you're watching this, just know in my own video I have Trayvon Walker as the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and in a prior video I had the Jaguars being the team to turn it around from worst to first. So I can see what the Jaguars are doing.
Dylan supports you guys.
Yeah, I'm not out here trying to bash the Jaguars. Yeah, you guys have gone through enough. You guys beat us enough. We can put all that aside.
Colt killers.
Good. Oh yeah, and I mean thank you, because Carson Wentz is out the building. So yeah,
he honestly did him a favor.
Yeah. So, but on the serious note here, we're gonna run through some of the offseason moves here. And then we're just going to talk about these key points and just, the Jaguars in general. So just a quick synopsis of the team. You can look at the screen and see it with me. But Doug Peterson coming into the building is probably the biggest thing that they changed.
Very good addition.
A Super Bowl ring, on his finger. He's, been there, done that. He's played quarterback in the NFL, as a backup at least. And comes from the Andy Reid tree of coaching, which is a very successful coaching tree, though it might be a little bit shorter than the Shanahan, all that kerfuffle. So that's the biggest thing. A big culture change, night and day from Urban Meyer. So, good on you guys for doing that. It's a very smart hire. Let's see if it all, pans out for you guys. But players-wise, brought in Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, Brandon Scherf, but you also had a great draft with Trayvon Walker, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma kind of taking the focus there, Luke Fortner, Snoop Connor, Gregory Jr., and Montarak. Sorry.
Yeah.
Money Brown.
Money Brown, baby. Locking up wide receiver since day one.
Yeah. Honestly, the draft was defensive focused, with Trayvon Walker, Devin Lloyd, and Chad Muma. Honestly, I don't like that as a Colts fan. I think that makes the Jaguars very good. But they added veteran offensive players. Sorry, kind of space in there. With Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Evan Ingram. Those three are not stellar stars, star-studded, or anything like that. And you overpaid, to be honest, on these players, but you have these players now. You have players that are decent. They have years behind them on the, on their careers and everything like that. That's going to help Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brandon Scherf is one of the best offensive linemen in the league. Good on you guys to get him. But that's basically what the Jaguars did in the offseason. I think moves and, front office wise, I feel like it was a very good offseason. It wasn't the splash and, sign everyone in the books kind of deal. Was to a point, but I think it is better than what you guys had last year. But what are your takes on their offseason moves so far?
I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, you bring in Christian Kirk, you overpaid a little bit. I mean, the deal's not as bad as like when it first came out. I mean, it's structured nicely in a way. Still overpaid a little bit, but I mean, Christian Kirk, he can come in, he can do a job for you guys. You got Zay Jones, who on the tail end of the season with the Raiders was actually putting a couple games together, actually helped the Raiders like win one game with like a few like clutch catches. and everything. And then Evan Ingram, very up and down guy, but he hasn't really had much for tight end anyways. And I think getting Evan Ingram in a new system where he can hopefully succeed and just be an option for Trevor Lawrence. He didn't really have an option at tight end last year. And Evan Ingram, if he could fix his dropping issues, I think he can be a solid option out there for Trevor Lawrence. But you're putting a quality group of players together. Like, these guys aren't electric by any means, but they can go out there and they can get the job done, and they can help Trevor Lawrence in that aspect by getting open and being able to get open more than the receivers were last year. So now you have a wide receiver core of Kirk, Jones, and DJ Chark. And, I mean, that's not the best, but it's also not the worst.
DJ Chark is with the Lions, sir.
Oh, who do they... Oh, Marvin Jones, sorry. Right? Marvin Jones? Yeah, sorry. That is my fault. Sorry. Still, I mean, those guys are kind of interchangeable. They're about the same level, but, I mean, they're serviceable guys for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk more about these key points here. First off, Doug Peterson is a great coach. We've kind of already gone through that.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that he did make Nick Foles look a lot better than Nick Foles was. Part of the reason why he's with the Colts now is Frank Reich was also a part of that, but they both helped in that situation to win that Super Bowl, and that's going to do a lot for Trevor Lawrence turning it around for the Jaguars, because he did not have anywhere close to that with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
And you got to have someone that's got your back, but also is going to push you and give you enough slack to grow and become that quarterback that he was through high school and college.
Anyone else think that Nick Foles and Trevor Lawrence play very similarly, or like look similar when they're playing?
I don't see it, mainly because Trevor Lawrence, like, he's such a runner, like he has a runner build and everything like that. But
You going somewhere with that, or?
I'm just struggling to think, like, they have James Robinson, who's really good. I don't know if you guys have gone over this already.
No, we didn't. Oh.
We didn't talk about him yet.
Okay, so they got James Robinson and Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
I'm curious on how that's going to be played with, because I'm trying to remember back to the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. They had Jay Ajayi, Jordan Howard, and then who was their shifty guy?
Blunt? They had LeGarrette Blunt too, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Darren
think
Sproles.
so. I don't know if Sproles
Boston
was still
Scott.
playing. Yeah, I think it was Boston Scott. But
Maybe.
I'm curious on who gets the workload, because it's been James Robinson for a while now, last couple of years. But like Travis Etienne, he's got incredible potential, right? So I'm just curious if they're obviously gonna split it, right? They're gonna have to split it in a normal team. It's just interesting because Urban Meyer just refused to do anything normal.
So the ball is going to go to Snoop CONN. So just so you know, Snoop Connor. Yeah, I think that will be interesting to kind of see how this offense gets formulated, because I think Peterson's good enough to work with what Trevor Lawrence's strengths are, and kind of find an offense that's going to make him comfortable. And I think with that, I think that means a lot of quarterback movement, not necessarily running, but like moving the quarterback around, different looks and taking advantage of his mobility. I don't think they really did a whole lot of that. And if you watch the last game of the year against the Colts, there was a snap that went over his head. He grabbed it, turned around, did that U-turn or whatever, and threw a perfect ball, like right from, his turn. Sealed the deal against the Colts. So he has that ability, and I think they'll kind of play into his ability to kind of just create offense around him.
Yeah, and it needs to come together soon, because the way he played last year, you can't have another year like that before it's starting to go bad.
Yeah, they were in that for sure.
Pretty bad habits last year just because of what happened. I'm just curious on if he can improve, because obviously everyone knows he's got the talent. Everyone saw it He's been talked about since the dude was like 15 years old.
I mean,
Just
he hasn't
curious if
lost a regular
Baker
season
help.
game until last year in his football career. So, I mean, the guy's a winner. And I think he's a good leader. I think he's, he's got a good head on him as well. I think he will. I honestly don't like that Trevor Lawrence is in my division. I think he's just going to keep on getting better.
Yeah. Is that everything though? Did we hit
We
everything?
didn't really talk about the defense. I think so. They added Trayvon Walker, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, but then they add someone else on defense, or am I just make believing that? But either way, they got Josh Allen on that defensive line along with Trayvon Walker, and then you have Devin Lloyd, who's going to kind of play a similar role to Micah Parsons, I believe, where he's going to be a rusher, but also be able to drop back in coverage very well. And then Chad Muma is straight downhill. He's going to thump you kind of guy. So I think they're going to be very good against the run, which sucks for the Titans and the Colts in that division. But I think they're going to struggle passing game, and I think that's going to be their downfall this year.
Yeah, I agree. But that's kind of the gist of the team that we've gone over so far. Now it just kind of comes down before we end the video. We like to go back from last year, take their record, and then decide if they're going to get better or worse. So Dylan, 3-13.
Better.
They're getting better. They're getting worse. Or are they going to stay around that?
Yeah,
Stay at
they're
that
gonna-
3-13,
They're going to
3-14.
get much better for sure.
Okay, Mikey.
I think they will improve as well. I think they could go up to being like a 7-10 team, maybe somewhere around there. I'm not going to expect night and day difference, but I think they will improve for sure. I think the whole new system and everything will benefit everyone on that team, and things will maybe look up for the Jaguars next year.
I agree. I think that they'll improve. I think they're about a 5 or 6 win team. I just think they don't have enough talent yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that Doug Peterson can help right the ship, because it would suck to see Trevor Lawrence just kind of flake out of the NFL.
Yeah, and I would just say,
Situation.
if you're a Jaguars fan, you're just looking for something to be optimistic about this year.
Right.
And I'm not saying that to crap all over the Jaguars, but after what you had with the Urban Meyer year, after drafting your future franchise, you just want to see that draft pick was worth it, and just see that this team is going in the right direction. I think that, obviously you're playing for the Super Bowl every year, everyone knows that, but Jaguars are starting over again. You just want to see something to be optimistic about and get some wins against your divisional opponents, which you will against the Colts. So
All right. Well, if you guys made it to the end of this video, we do appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn that notification bell on so you guys are updated when we release new videos, which should be coming out soon. Other than that, deuces.
Peace out.